This is the basic chord page. It comes from my resources page on rogerhumphrey.com. So you can go over there and you can download the PDF for free. Let's get up close and personal with this. I really want to talk about, let's see here, the A chord. I'm going to blow that up a little bit more here. There it is. So we got a good close-up view of the A chord. We have 3 notes, 3 strings, all in the 2nd fret. This one, whoops, 2nd string, 3rd string, and the 4th string. And I want to talk about the fingering of this chord because there are options. There are multiple ways to finger this, and they're all correct. It sort of depends on what you're trying to do. So anyway, what most people will do is they'll just kind of put their fingers in a line like this with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers like this. I've seen people use these 3 fingers. And I've done that myself, saving the 1st finger for something else later on. Sometimes it's just easier to kind of come into that. Another way to do this, my preferred way, it's the way I learned when I was a little boy, is I put this, it's more complicated. I put the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, put my 3rd finger on the 2nd string there, take my 1st finger here, and I just stuff it right in the middle. So it's, what I have found is that by fingering it this way on a generally normal day, the chords that would surround this, that you'd have to go from the A to something else, tend to be E. And to do that, I just simply take my 1st finger and slide it back a fret. So from here, come over here like this. Back to that. If I want to go from there to a B7, which happens in the key of E, I take all 3 of those fingers, I move up 1 string each, and then just pull my 1st finger back and drop the pinky. So I can go to A, to the B7, and then back to the A. Sometimes we need to go from A to D, and to do that, I pick up my middle finger, slide that one forward, and just drop that right through the middle. The 1st finger doesn't even move. And so I find that that's an easier way to play that chord. And in part, I'm sure it's because that's the way I learned it as well. But that gives you another option. I want to give you one more option that I've run across as a classical guitarist. I've seen this in certain classical things, pieces, and this is the fingering that they offered there. And that is with 2 fingers, with the 1st finger being, or excuse me, the 2nd finger being on the 2nd string, and then the 1st finger covering the 3rd and 4th strings. That works pretty good, and I've used it in certain applications. It's just not my go-to version, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's a personal preference, and your personal preference may very well be different from my personal preference. But we have 4 different legitimate fingerings for this chord. You need to find the one that's going to work the best for you. Not just the one that's the easiest to play up front, but the one that's going to work the best as you play songs. So anyway, my personal favorite, this one that a lot of people do, this one that some people do, and this one with 2 fingers, the 2-finger version. Check them out. You find what works best for you.